This dream is about this woman that gets carried by one of her clients. The client is a client in real life. She's in her pajamas, which is very interesting. Okay, so she's in her pajamas, and he is like unrealistically, right? Because things in dreams are unrealistic. I had one of my subscribers, and they're like, "That's really unrealistic." Yes, dreams are amazing. You can fly in dreams without having to be in an airplane. Okay, so he's very unrealistically tall. Okay, so he has like super long legs, and he reaches the ceiling of this place that they're in, which is sort of like a place of like transportation. So it's like sort of like a like a train station or a airport or a bus station, but it doesn't say what kind of station. She just knows that she's in the station. And so there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of people. And so he's carrying her like from here, right? He's carrying her into this like station, and so he's at the very top of the ceiling. It's a very high ceiling, and he's high up, and he's carrying her like this, and everybody's seeing her because she's at a really high level, and he is, and he's sort of showcasing her as well. Okay, and then he puts her down, and she's like in pajamas, and she says that she's in pajamas, and she feels like she needs to brush her teeth because she hasn't brushed her teeth. Okay, so apparently she just woke up, or is was in dream state, or was relaxing, or was in a state of relaxation or sleep. Okay, because she was in her pajamas, and she said that she felt like she needed to brush her teeth. So he puts her down, and she's getting ready to leave, and he says, "No, come here." So they're surrounded by all these tables with all these people in the table. Okay, and so there's no room for them, but he, because of his authority, sort of like orders somebody to put some tables together so they can sit. Okay, so there's one table with a gentleman at the table, sort of at the edge of the table, and there's a tequila bottle there. And then all of a sudden, they sort of put in like two more tables, so they make a table, sort of like a roundish table, some sort. Okay, and so then he tells me, "Go get some chairs." So I'm trying to. So the dream is that she goes and gets a couple of chairs because she's looking to get some chairs into the table. And so they go in, and so she's putting the chairs there, and she goes in and is going to get some more chairs because the original chairs that she got he didn't like, and they were stained. So she was trying to find better chairs. Okay, so she goes and buys she goes and finds like better chairs like there in that place, because there was a lot of chairs, right? And tables. So she tries to get in some chairs that are not stained, and he picks a chair for her, and he's like, "This one." So when she's trying to go find some other chairs, because the first chairs were kind of wobbly and they weren't like really to his standard. Okay, they were kind of like messy and stained and kind of not sturdy, and he rather have something cushiony. So he sort of pointed out to other different chairs. While she goes and gets the other chairs that he suggested, there's like two women. There's like a woman that comes in and sits in the chair she's gonna sit in the chair that the dreamer had brought. So then she's gonna sit in the chair, and the client tells her, "No, that's for her." So then he he shoos her away, right? Because he says, "You can't sit here." So then she's at the table, and all of a sudden there's all sorts of people there. Okay, and then from across the table from the gentleman that carried her, right, her client, there's another client that she has that comes up in the dream in real life. So this second client, that's her real client as well. And so she's trying to introduce them, but she can't remember the names, right? And in real life, these two people have done business, so they know each other. Okay, but then the guy sort of tells her, "I already know him," or "That's not him," or something like that. And she realizes that she mistaken the client for that person for her client. He looked a lot like him, but it wasn't him. So she felt that it might have been some relative of hers. Okay, not of hers, some relative of the original second client that she mistaken for her client. Okay, that sounds kind of weird, but the second client wasn't the client in the end. She mistaken him for a client. Okay, So then they're there and the table gets full and and so then they're about to, the gentleman, right, the original first client is about to, they're about to play poker, and she's in the table gonna to play poker. And so then what happens is that they give her the cards, but the cards, like, it's not just one deck. It's like, oh, it's not just one deck, it's like a bunch of decks, like maybe 3 or 4 together. So her ability to sort of shuffle the decks is kind of hard, and it's like they're new cards, so they're really slippery, so they're sort of slippery, and she's sort of a hot mess trying to collect the cards that she has, right? And then so she's trying to get them together because everybody's waiting for her to deal. Everybody's waiting for her to deal. So at the moment that she's trying to get them and collectively get them, she's having a hard time because within the deck there's like streamers, like there's like you know how like you have like birthday like possible like decorations, and they're like little strings with like maybe pom-poms that you sort of set up for like birthday or whatever type of celebration. So there's something embedded like that string like of pom-poms within the card decks, okay? And so she's pulling them out, and they're like kind of like stuff for celebration. And so once she pulls them out, she she puts them back in, and she's able to sort of put them back in the pack, in like in like a stack, okay? And that was the end of the dream, okay? This is a beautiful dream, okay? And it has nothing to do with private parts. So this person, right, she drowned 2 clients, and she drowned one in particular. So that means that this person is very much supported by her work and very much supported by her clients that have her in a very high, they think very highly of her, and they have her in high regard because apparently she's very good at what she does, right? So he's carrying her and he's showcasing her, right? And he's sort of also transporting her. So he's sort of helping her. So that means that her business, right? Because this person has they're own entrepreneurs. So she has her own business. So they're sort of like carrying her. So her business is being carried, but she's also being showcased by whatever it is that she's doing for her clients, okay? She's in pajamas and she needs to brush her teeth, okay? If you brush your teeth, then it means that you will have an unfortunate, financial downfall, okay? But she didn't brush her teeth. She felt like she wanted to brush her teeth, and she was in pajamas. So pajamas mean like leisure, right? You're in pajamas when you're leisure, when you're getting ready to sleep, or when you just woke up, right? So she's in a state currently of rest, right? Possibly in business, or who knows, right? Or she just like woke up, right? Because she just felt like she had woken up. So that means that in her life right now, she's like resting, or she just woke up, okay? And so he's like parading her around, and she's wanting to brush her teeth, but she's not brushing her teeth, right? So she's fearing this transition, because it was like a transition, like he grabbed her and put her over here. So it's like a transition into possibly a new venture or a new position. I'll tell you in a minute. And so she's feeling like maybe it will be unfortunate for her, because remember that I told you that brushing your teeth sort of is like a financial downfall and an unfortunate, circumstance or event. But she doesn't brush her teeth. She just feels like it, okay? So he brings her into this station. It doesn't state what station, but a station is like you go travel. It's a voyage. It's a path. It's a journey, right? So it doesn't matter what station, whether it be a train station, bus station, or airport. It was a station. So she's ready to take off, okay, in this journey, okay, that has to do with business. So then he puts her down after he's like, she's, like exhibited or like brought into this like place, right? This place, okay? And he creates a table for them because everything is already taken, all right? So he creates like a specific, he creates a space for them, and he creates room for them, even though there is none, okay? And so the tequila means that it's like like a celebration, or not like a celebration, but they're spirits, right? It's like, you drink, it's relaxation, or it's kind of informality, or kind of, or maybe that's the vibe, right? Sort of like a Las Vegas type vibe, okay? Because they're going to play poker. So, and they're there, right? So it's sort of like that environment, right? And so that's what the tequila represents, or maybe they like tequila, and that's what that represents as well, okay? So, and then there's one person there, and then all of a sudden there's all sorts of people around, okay? So sort of like to see what's going to be dealt and to play poker. So they're going to be playing, and they're going to be playing cards, and they're going to be, getting cards, right? You play your hand and you play your cards, okay? And then she sees another client, but she mistakes him. So apparently there's going to be another client that she thought was going to be the same client, but maybe it's a new client. So maybe it's a referral of that client that she mistaken. Maybe it's a referral because she said that they were sort of like relatives because they looked a lot like each other, and the two of the clients already knew each other, and they had already created they had already done a deal. So and the dreamer is the one that brought them together. So she's gonna bring in she's bringing in deals to the table, okay? And she's the one that's dealing. That's it. So she's the one that's dealing the hands, and she has these people that are her clients in the table, okay? So she's gonna deal them. So they give her the cards to deal. So she's gonna deal them, but she's getting her cards ready, and she can't get them ready because they're new and they're slippery, okay? And then there are a lot. So it's not just a deck, but there's several. So she has several hands, right? So she has lots of cards that she can play, all right? In that, they're like wrapped in like this celebratory like string of like pom-poms that she's trying to get out of the cards, okay? So there's going to be some sort of celebration in terms of the cards that she's going to be dealing to her clients, okay, that she will be bringing in. So it's a beautiful dream, because she might be going from one job or position or venture to another one, where her past projects and her past work and but not only work, but her clientele base, right? She'll be bringing that in, or that experience she'll be bringing in, and she has many cards to be to deal. So in terms of business, she's being highlighted, and she's being supported, and she's being put in a new venture, because she's about to start a new venture and a new path, and like she's gonna start, right? So when you're in a station, you're going somewhere. You're at the beginning of your journey of wherever it is that you're traveling to, okay? So she's at the beginning of a new venture, having to do with business, and having to do with her clients, and having to do with the cards that she has at hand, which is like her skills and her skill sets. And because you have your cards, right? So your cards are whatever it is that you have that are yours, okay? That you're going to be dealing, and you're going to be playing. You're going to be playing your hand. So she has her cards that she's going to be playing, and everybody's waiting for her to play them, but she's very much supported. The chair also symbolizes that there's a position for her there, right? So there's a position that maybe someone else tried to get, but they didn't let them, because that position was for her. Now, the interesting part is that the first chairs, he didn't like the first chair, so she had to go get some more chairs, right? So then she brought in a chair that was more cushiony, so that means there's going to be support. A chair is also like a throne, right? You sit, and they were sitting, and they were the ones that were going to be dealing the hands. So they're in a very solid and very secure position, in terms of a secure position, because that's what the chairs mean. What I don't know, and maybe you guys can comment below, is that they were stained. All the chairs weren't all that great, and they were all stained. So maybe there was maybe past incidences with that position, okay, that position had stained, like it was uncleanliness, or it was like it wasn't clean, right? So there was something, because when you have a stain, it got dirty, right? And you want to clean it out. So maybe that position, they've had other people that didn't necessarily meet the criteria or something like that. So mention below what you think stains are in a chair, because I have no idea. So it is a beautiful, beautiful dream, because it seems like she's going to go venture out to a new, venture, right? A new journey, a new path, a new voyage. And it seems like she's going to be very much supported by what she's done and what she has to offer in terms of skill sets and the hand that she's going to be presenting. And that seems like the cord is sort of like a celebratory, also the tequila, and also poker. So you're going to be dealing, right? In poker is competition, and poker is about strategy, and poker is about, hiding your hand before you go down and show it. Okay, so she's going to have to organize herself, because the cards were slippery, right? And they were kind of a hot mess, and she wasn't ready to be able to deal the hand, but she sort of got organized. So it's a beautiful dream about possible prosperity that's coming, a change of position that's probably coming, and really abundant financial gains, and specifically an opportunity of this voyage and this journey and this travel somewhat, right? It could be, business travel, and it could be travel, or it can be travel through whatever it is that she's currently doing. So it was a really great dream. Namaste, love and light. Let me know. Ciao.